we bought Sheffield Forum about a year ago, and it's been I don't know, it's been around 15, 16, maybe a few years more, and it's, I suppose, the predecessor of Facebook, where people talk and comment, and there's some really interesting stuff on Sheffield Forum, and there's some nonsense. I think there was one train about whether you should have ham with cheese on a sandwich or not, and that went on for several pages. You know, people discussed it for several days, so that wasn't the most interesting bit, but there are other things on there, conversation about politics, about events that are going on in Sheffield. There's a fantastic guy who posts his videos about mudlarking and using his metal detector around Sheffield. He should be on the BBC, he's fantastic. So there's some great content on there, there's some nonsense. But what we wanted to do when we bought Sheffield Forum was to take that and use it to promote Sheffield, to promote the people of Sheffield, to promote talent, and that's what we wanted. We thought that we could use that as a vehicle to do that. And so, rather than coming up with a new idea, we thought we'd nick Sky TV's idea of having a portrait artist competition. And it's been a bit nerve-wracking really, because we started it and then there were a few weeks and nobody entered, and we didn't get any entries, and we thought we were going to get any. And then we finished up with this, which from our perspective is fantastic. Not only the quantity, but the quality is just fantastic. So we're absolutely delighted that, and I know there are a number of the artists in the room tonight, we're delighted that you took part. We're, you know, in awe of your skill and your talents, and we thank you for taking part. I've got another few thank yous to do, and then I'm going to hand over to Connor, so you can do your audition for tomorrow night. I think you've got more chance than I have of getting picked. So a thank you to One Disco, and there's a couple of guys in the audience tonight from One Disco who sponsored the event, which is fantastic because it's nice to be able to give a prize. I'm sure whoever wins would really appreciate a pat on the back, but a prize is better, isn't it? So there's some money to go and buy some more things to carry on painting. I'll come back to Tony. We'll thank Tony. Sheffield Council, who let us display the paintings in the Winter Gardens, which was great, and I thought they looked fantastic. It's a great venue for displaying artwork, so I thought that was really good. The guys at the Colours Hall who've helped us organise tonight, and again all of the artists. So when we again, nicking the idea from Sky TV, when they pick a winner, they go and paint somebody famous, and we thought, well, who do we want? Who do we want to paint? And we had a good think about that, and we wanted something that not only embodied the person, but also maybe the city. And we thought back to, and I don't know, how many years ago was the flyover, Tony?
3 years.
If I remember back 3 years.
2019.
2019, there was the flyover over Endcliffe Park, and thousands of Sheffielders turned up to Endcliffe Park. And for me, that said something about the people and the city, as much as it did about what Tony does every day in looking after the memorial in Endcliffe Park. So for us, he was the perfect person to pick to have a portrait done. So the winner will do a portrait of Tony. It's going to be displayed in the Cutlers Hall around the place as they do different events, which is great. And then we'll have a think what we do with it after that. We'll have a chat with the artist and see. So that's enough from me. Over to Connor, and he's going to give us a few minutes about yourself, and then tell us talk us through some of the pictures, and then pick a winner. Is that right?
I'll try.
Thank you.
So, thank you everyone, first of all.